We're here. So I'll be honest, it's been a while. I don't quite remember what we were doing, but what else is new for Pillars of Eternity 2? Now, one thing that I have decided for Pillars is that I am going to pick up the last of the DLC so that we have all of it. And we'll be going through all of that this time because, simply put, I kind of feel like I missed out when I skipped out on White March the first time. So we're going to be doing all the DLC for Pillars of Eternity 2 when I play Pillars of Eternity 2 instead of, you know, skipping it for the first playthrough. I do kind of feel like I missed out a little bit on Tyranny when I skipped the DLCs for that, but less so for Pillars. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Where were we? We were fighting spiders. Oh. Well, that answers that question. I always wondered what had happened there.
Yes?
Oh god, it's a giant pile of spiders. Okay, that's pleasant.
Yes?
Kill it with fire? Do we want to kill it with fire? I feel like we should be killing it with fire. However, we're not going to kill it with just any old fire. We're going to be using that ice fire.
No good.
Apparently, that actually does damage, despite them being a swarm.
Happy to oblige.
What do swarms do? Diminishing numbers. What does diminishing numbers do? Stream of spiders. Lacerating effort.
Let's reap this whirlwind.
Oh?
Oh, that really hit them hard. Okay. Oh wow, these things have a ton of health.
Not exactly my area of expertise.
What can I do you for?
Hey, Leon, who I know. You were Somek455. You changed your name because you're looking into making a data preservation website as a side project, and you wanted an internet name that reflected a slightly more professional internet presence. What was wrong with Somek? Yeah, that's apparently Somek. Also, hey, Somek. And Leon, do you want me to start referring to you as Leon? Or do you really care? If not, I'm just going to keep going with Somek. And everyone will be confused. Holy meditation sounds good.
Something you need?
Lidless gate. Oh, right. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, that only works on Kith. Somehow I feel like we're not going to be finding many Kith down here. Cast an Essential Phantom, please. Oh, that's a lot of spiders. Okay, well, now I know what that is. Also, there's an adorable spider right there. That thing right there. I want it real good. Apparently that's a pet. I am really looking forward to that. Now, I do remember what we did that absolutely destroyed us last time, and I'm not going to do it again this time. There are Vithrak down here that can reflect spells, and apparently, if you use that on a Vithrak, hold up. We're gonna put you right there. That sounds good. And just go ahead and use a death ray. I need this thing to die. But yeah, apparently if you use a spell that bounces on the Vithrak, it will create a clone every time the spell bounces to that Vithrak, which is really bad. Also, speaking of really bad things, please don't die. And the best part is that every spell that bounces off the Vithrak, it targets exclusively your team, which means that I had two of the most powerful spells that my channeler could cast, or my chanter could cast, that were targeting exclusively my team. And there's a much smaller number of us than there are of them. So damage did not get evenly split.
I can't.
Either is fine with you. Okay, I'm just going to keep calling you Somek then. Is this a new account, or is this just the old account with a new name? Because you can actually change the old account if you want. I don't know if you knew that. I forgot that she has like 1 billion spells that she can cast at the beginning of combat, and I did not activate them. They do cost spell slots though, so that is something to note. Can I cast? Nope, that targets yourself. Most mage spells are centered on yourself. Major Grimoire implement on Allah? Can you not use it on Allah? Okay. Yeah, that's not good. Can we do a Grimoire Slam?
I think not.
Jesus, that's a lot of spiders. Okay, so I think that the diminishing numbers and stream of spiders are effects of the swarm. So every turn it just takes a pretty big chunk of damage. And that's why it's dying so badly right now. Old account with a new name. Gotcha. So this data preservation website, is that a long-term project you've been working on? Didn't realize you were much of a programmer.
Yeah.
Yeah?
What is this thing resistant to? Not blunt. We just haven't been getting good hits in. Oh god, if I retreat now... Fantastic. Oh, okay, she's also immobilized.
Oh? Not exactly my area of expertise.
There we go. Dead spiders. So many dead spiders. All right, we're going to pick up that adorable spider. And we're going to put it in our bag. Wait, did we already pick up the adorable spider? Hold up. I need to know. We did! His name is Gift Wrapper. +1 armor rating, Grant's pet party. Though yet a juvenile of her species, Gift Wrapper is still a very large spider, drawing looks from passersby who keep their distance from your alacritous pet. Despite the fears she inspires in others, Gift Wrapper seems a loyal, even gentle pet, willing to bind your wounds in viscous webbing. What is the pet party wide effect? +1 health restored per round. You're very adorable. Brainless people, we're getting there, man. So, a little bit of a background on exactly what we've been doing. We are currently doing the DLC for, one of the DLC for the god, WoW. Those who don't know about WoW, well, have a seat and listen. I will tell you about the god of mysteries and knowledge. WoW is a double-faced god, and by that I mean that WoW doesn't specifically have any specific face. As time has gone on, WoW has gained and lost faces over time because that's kind of what he does. WoW also does not have a gender and is an amorphous blob of eyes, tentacles, and various other bits and bobs of all the creatures of the world. What WoW excels at is distributing and simultaneously losing knowledge. As the god of knowledge, god of knowledge and mysteries, it is both important for it to keep and lose knowledge all the friggin' time. It's kind of its thing. As the closest thing to an elder god in this game, we're currently looking at WoW's Colossus, which is the god's earthly form. And as such, there's a lot of madness going on. Lot of madness. Hopefully, though, we don't end up mad. Noxious burst. We could do a noxious burst, but it would hit some of these. Christ almighty. Yeah, he's here somewhere, probably. Wouldn't recommend calling him, though. Leningrad warding staff, wall of draining. Jeez. I don't... Okay, yeah, we're just gonna go with Leningrad warding staff, I think. Because we don't want to do big AoEs very much. And that's just a knockback spell. So it won't actually break anything. Big AoEs are really bad because they break these egg sacs and a lot of spiders come out of them. And as we just discovered, those are very tough, very durable, very hard to kill. However, we have found pretty good ways of dealing with these spiderlings. There's also a big mama spider around here somewhere, and I don't know where she is. You've been getting more interested in data preservation for a while, and you're a big fan of old and obscure Japanese media, so you want to have a place to keep all your favorite emulator ROMs. English translated scripts, animations, and some of your own. Possibly some of your friends' creation in one place you can control and add on to easily. Interesting. Are you opening it up as a commercial site at some point? Now, we can use this. Because I don't think we have to worry about any Vithrak this time.
Set me loose on them.
Ah, there's Mama. We are a little bit underleveled for this, but that should be fixed the longer that we go.
Let's go.
What do you need?
Dead Spooter.
How may I help?
So Synchrono, how are you doing today?
I cannot
I was chewing through Cadnua's foundation long before Aothas finished the job.
You know what? I'm gonna put that skull away and take out gift wrapper instead. Do we want to freeze it? I want everyone to get inside that AoE.
Huh?
Hmm?
Glory be to God.
It just cast something called Lunar Eclipse. I don't know what that does. I assume it makes it harder to hit. We still got a 100% hit chance, so I don't know. Just got home from practice, continuing your search for cars and like. Oh yeah, did you end up talking to NB? I know I recommended him to you, but I don't know if you ever actually got a chance to chat with him. Okay, so this guy is 2 skulls, which means he's 2 levels above us. Which also means that I am 110% going to scour his flesh. Boil their flesh from skin to bone. Unleash an effect that deals raw damage to foes in an area. Those near death can explode, dealing corrode damage to adjacent enemies. Hold up. Hold up, don't do that. No, wrong spell. This one.
Yes?
We don't want to hit that egg sac behind it. Okay.
What can I do you for?
That didn't do that much damage, unfortunately. Can't be resisted in any way, but still. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more. This is going to be largely a combat session, by the way, as we're just exploring the dungeon and trying to find quests. We do have one particular outstanding quest, however, I think I went the wrong way for it. But that's okay. That's okay.
Thinks you got the decency to die. Happy to oblige.
Nice. Bonk.
Something you need? Watch me go. On it.
I really hope you guys can't hear those screaming children outside because I've closed the window, and if you can't hear them, there ain't nothing I can do. No. Don't break those. Luminous Adra dust. Ooh. No screaming children on your end? Fantastic. That's what I like to hear. Where the heck are my crafting? Right here. Alright. So first of all, potions, healing. We're going to make a Luminous Adra potion because, yes, Luminous Adra potions are really freaking strong. What is this? A Scolder ear.
Something you need? Not a problem.
And then we're going to take that potion, put it on the main character. So here's the deal with the Luminous Adra potion. The Luminous Adra potion gives permanent stat increases, which is obviously pretty damn good. If I can find the damn thing. There it is. Removes all injuries and +2 all skills until rest. I believe it also does something else. Oh, the fact that it also removes all injuries is pretty damn good.
Watch me go.
I'm glad that there's no screaming children on your end. I'm also very happy to say that we are actually, I might actually have a job coming up pretty soon here.
How may I help?
Spooners! Fuck! Shit! Okay, I assume these are very weak to fire. No, they're actually resistant to fire. I don't understand how any of the resistances work here, man. I just know that we're going to be summoning some ogres to smash them. Because if you got a swarm of spiders, something that is effectively a big club seems like a good idea. You're going to be commercial, it's really just... you're not going to be commercial, it's really just something you're making for yourself that you're going to share with others so they have a place to find that stuff. Neat. Any idea what you're programming it on or how you're hosting it? Also, are we still doing that D&D campaign you were talking about? I haven't forgotten about it, just kind of wondered where it's gone.
Something you need?
Shit. Messina put up all of the stats.
Oh?
Okay, you've got your staff. Whack it.
That's not supposed to happen.
Oh, much blood.
Well, it's asleep. So is that one. Well, this one was asleep. I then whacked it. So we can just run her off. She's very fast due to reasons. Also more spiders. Don't like that. Gon's pledge on her, please. There you go. She's very fragile, but that's to be expected from any mage. Aloth, on the other hand, is also very fragile. God, I do not like these spider swarms. They take far too much to kill. And they do a ton of damage. So what are you up to, Mr. Dupless? They're bloodied? Yeah, bloodied. Oh, it was a graze. I was hoping that would do more. They've got pretty high resistance to slashing, though.
Oh, much blood.
Infused with vital essence, smart, delirious alacrity of motion for 12 rounds. Fighting spirit, combat focus. I need something to help her. Could I cocoon her? I can cocoon myself. What do we got for potions? We just... Oh my god, I need to give her some stuff. What does this do? Conjure familiar. I'm hoping that the negative effects here can or will wear off. You're buying every houseplant you can get your hands on and immersing yourself in Deltarune discards. I was aware. I might take a look at it myself at some point, but it's not high on my list. I played the original Undertale, but it's been a long time. Let's summon a Visage of Consulhant.
Aye.
Probably should have used a heal, but use a devastating blow here. How did that not kill it?
What do you need?
Okay.
Here we go.
Ooh, what do we get? It's a groveling familiar. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't realize that you were into that. Sure. Why not? Okay, these things have high damage reduction. Hold up. 2 hit, 90. Yep, it hit. That was a crit, and it did 20 damage? Really? Yeah, no penetration. That's not great. Alright, Mr. Grubbling, what do you have in terms of abilities? You have nothing. However... Block, block.
Hey.
Oh god, Sephi's about to go down. It bothers me that we haven't managed to kill one of them and they've already tried to, or almost killed 2 of us. Sephi didn't get any heals from that. That's interesting.
This indignity will not go unanswered.
You wanna die? Wait, are you buying every houseplant in real life or in the game, Paper Dupless? Learning HTML or other required knowledge and making a site with this purpose? Well, as long as you intend to follow it through, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm on it.
Not knowing is the first step that everyone takes in learning anything. I personally have to learn a couple of things for the upcoming Moonrise event.
You need?
You have only delayed your death.
Someone needs us.
Yup. I wasn't sure if she would live. We didn't have any healing spells. It was the Grubbling Familiar's turn.
Happy to oblige.
God, these things do so much damage. I know it doesn't look like they do so much damage, but they do it out over so many attacks. We're going to use a symbol of Aethys. Wait. You know what?
Yes.
F it. Break all the egg sacs. Why not? In real life, you bought 9 in total to make your apartment feel less barren. Ah, I see what the motivation here is. I'm gonna death ray the spider swarm, and if they don't die, I'm gonna be incredibly fucked. You know what? It didn't see. No, we did get another spider swarm. F. Can everyone give an F in chat real quick for our poor spiders? We are so goddamn dead. Console hot. Fantastic. Glad you're here. Yeah, use Console Hot's Crushing Doom. Last I remember, it was absolutely freaking amazing.
Taxed to my
Happy
limit.
to oblige.
Now, I think everyone needs some heals. So, yeah, we're just gonna do that. Jesus.
Seeing trail. Must focus.
Okay. You know what? Spiders, go in a cocoon. Where you belong. It's just where you came from. Just stay in your cocoon. Don't even come out. Grubbling familiar.
What do you need?
You commented about the D&D campaign earlier, and you're pretty sure you asked something about that. Probably. God damn it. Hold up, I'm scrolling back through. I've been missing a lot of stuff. You do want to do the D&D campaign, but a lot of time whenever you get home, you're exhausted, so it's been a lot to manage. Also, don't know what times everyone is available. Well, you can always ask. Right now, my availability is actually pretty high because I am, you know, jobless. But it might change once I do start a new job. Oh my god. Oh, he's been using the friggin' stiletto this whole time. No wonder he's been doing teeny tiny amounts of damage. We put it in a cocoon. That spell is amazing, by the way. So this thing has Council Hot's Crushing Doom on it, and for those who don't remember the first game, Council Hot's Crushing Doom summons a gigantic fucking warhammer over the target, and it crushes them until they die. So, over the course of the next couple of turns, we will be seeing that warhammer. Yep, just keep doing that. I should also mention, it gets harder to dodge, and it hits harder.
Aothas will take what remains of your soul.
So I'm really just hoping that Council Hot's Crushing Doom is going to actually be a really good spell. Mostly.
Set me loose on them.
Hold up, do we have Substantial Phantom? We do have Substantial Phantom.
Yeah?
What can I do you for?
You bought 9 in total. Oh, okay. Any particular houseplants, paper duplets? I assume succulents of some type. Okay, so we only need to deal with one spider swarm.
Yes? No mercy!
Jesus, man. All the friggin' spiders. Stream of spiders everywhere. Well. Alright. Still dying over here. So I don't actually know what spell to use for her. Because she summoned a Substantial Phantom. Right there. Archimede's Capricious Hex. I have never figured... Wow, Jesus. I did not realize that this was so huge. And it can get bigger. Wow, okay. If I had seen how big that was, I would have gotten this way sooner. Started several months ago. To be fair, I've only been doing it about 6 hours every week. And the game is a lot long. I thought that you were a fan of CRPGs anyway. You should know this, so you should know all of this at this point. A lot long. Yeah, the best form of measurement. Council Hot's Corrosive Siphon, Council Hot's Draining Missiles. Thing is that we need to wait until Temporal Cocoon runs out before we can do anything. I want you to stand in there. Oh my god, Council Hot is an actual boss. Oh my god. Like, I know that Council Hot was a boss in the first game, but Council Hot's Visage is actually just overpowered as balls. Look at all those immunities. And then consider that he also has some of the most powerful spells in the game. And just amazing stats to back it up. Look at his resistance to all elements. 14s to everything. Wow. Dude's
Yeah.
OP as balls. And he's on our side.
Oh?
You're a casual fantasy RPGs. You enjoyed what you played of Kingmaker and you haven't finished one yet? More just a fan of JRPGs. Oh yeah, I was meaning to ask, which of the Shin Megamis did you want me to play? You were saying that there was a particular one that you would like to see me play at some point. I just want to see, because I had mentioned it to Tenace. He'd be the one that would be setting me up with the equipment for it. That's what I thought. He found that a bit weird. Apparently not a lot of fans of the Shin Megami series liked 4. Not that I can really fault you. I know literally nothing about the series, so... So, this thing gets out. We're going to set it on fire with all the most powerful spells we have. Unfortunately, I think Console Hot's going to be gone by then.
Seeing trail. Must focus.
Okay. So it does damage to anything that it's currently engaged with. Leningrad Safeguard.
Happy to oblige.
We have a Resurrect, right? Yes, we do have a Resurrect.
Hey. Leave it to me.
I just realized that this thing shouldn't be able to do a disengage attack. So we can get our casters out of the way. Never mind! Thing's stuck in a temporal cocoon and it can still do disengages. Wow.
How may I help?
Alright. It's no longer stuck in that temporal cocoon.
Ever wonder what happened to your old pets, Watcher?
Yeah, you're big and nasty. Alright. Death rate. Grimoire Slam?
Here we go.
Not quite ideal. Console Hot's Corrosive Siphon. And he's disappeared. I didn't think he'd last very long.
What can I do you for?
We could just... God, that'd be a waste of a Storm of 7 volts. What is this? Revive the Fallen. Right, that's the other resurrection. That's the multi-target resurrection. Do be aware that Shin Megami Tensei 4 is very difficult. If you build your character right, it can become a lot less hard after the first few dungeons. But it's brutal until a section you will not spoil. But does it have a good story?
Oh?
Kill a friendly character or enemies that are near death. It grazed it, but it just doesn't need a strong hit to actually last. With 4 endings. can you get all 4 endings in the same playthrough? That's really important. Minor grimoire imprint. I don't know what this will give me, but I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
Ow! I deserve that.
Oh, I thought we were friends.
Yeah, I deserve that. I set that up really poorly. I knew that that would hit everyone, and I still did it. Can we do a ray of fire? Torrent of flame. Ninnigoth's freezing pillar. That's not going to work. I don't know exactly when Aloth became a mage that specializes in rays, but he has practically every ray in the game. So you know what? He specializes in rays. Where is the Capricious Hex? Lindress warding. Here we are.
Yeah.
Champion's boon on you.
Next time, I will secure a body that lasts.
Probably should have actually used that on something a little bit better.
Stuck over here.
It gibletized itself.
Gone,
How
darn it.
may I help? Of course.
Fantastic. That was awful and terrible, and I hated it. All right. Let's get into even more combat.
I shall be discreet.
Whoa, whoa, look.
Okay, so that moon spider over there is bad news, as is this Vithrek brute. We can get through this fight, but it's going to be hard. As you would expect from a DLC fight.
I don't suppose we could rest a spell.
Necrotic Lance. Eh. Not the worst not the worst stuff to be happening. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna start buffing. Let's not do that. Do a substantial phantom instead. She specializes in illusion magic, which is of mixed usefulness.
Insufferable.
You know what? They can't bounce ogres.
Something I can do?
Also, ogres form a meat wall, and we need a meat wall. Because we can't be relying on our lone fighter this whole time.
Hi.
So they're going to come towards Aloth, because Aloth is the only one who they can't see. Or they can see. I just want to make sure... Yeah, this luminary is not there. We don't want to hit the luminary. The luminary has spell reflection, and that's really bad. No, you can, at least to your knowledge. There's a new game plus, and one of the endings cut the game short because of spoiler reasons you won't spoil, but that's the closest you can think of. Interesting.
Well, it ain't like they're using it.
The direct brute effects. Echoing shield.
Hey.
Go ahead and inspire discipline. And then you'll kick that spider.
Did you know you reek of that hagfish you carry? Dispose of it at once.
Okay. This is going to be really risky, but I think this will work. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Jesus, she has so much intelligence, and that's why her AoEs are huge. I stacked a ton of intelligence on her, and intelligence is just
What can I do
the
you
AoE
for?
bonus, which is great for illusion spells. Less great for a lot of other things. Focus on that warden.
Beyond seek.
That's not very helpful.
We're gonna kill the warden first. Yep. That's good. That's good. That's our tanks. Warden's dead. That makes this fight a lot easier. Now, if we kill the luminary, that means that we can use AoE spells again. Smash that spider. Smash it good.
Yes?
Does this bounce? Hold up. Hold up. This is really important. Does this bounce? Batter the target increasing. Okay. No, it doesn't.
That's not very helpful.
It did damage. Okay. We could, we can still use some AoE spells. I just have to be a bit careful.
Hey.
How much do these animated weapons have for health? Their armor's pretty low. Interesting.
Happy to oblige.
I don't know why that did damage to the spider, or to the other Vithrak. Okay, maybe the substantial phantom wasn't the best idea. Insightful and smart. Yeah, these guys, the spiders have a lot of armor. And more specifically, we don't have any penetration to go through it.
Yeah?
Okay, we knocked that Vithrak brute down. Oh, I see. He ended up getting engaged by Adair, and then he tried to wander off. That's not gonna work, dude.
What can I do you for?
Right now, Adair is extremely powerful. Go ahead and hit that Vithrak brute. And Death Ray the Vithrak brute. This is one of the few times when I'm really happy to have so many Ray spells.
Set me loose on them.
Yeah? Let's go.
That spider and the Vithrak brute are still higher health than I would like. I just passed a turn. Oh, apparently still got a turn anyway, so never mind.
The elf holds his grimoire like a clumsy initiate.
Neat. We're gonna slicken.
Worse than rough.
Okay, Mr. Moon Spider, I would really appreciate it if you died. You're kind of huge and also preventing me from moving further into that room. What have we already got on people? We've got Holy Meditation, Crown for the Faithful. We do not have Champion's Boon on anyone. We can do Devotions of the Faithful. That's increased damage, might. Well, increased damage through might, more like. Go ahead and conjure a familiar. Can I paralyze you? Nope. I can paralyze those.
There's a walloping.
Okay, we got the ogres going. Go whack that. That brute is nearly dead. So is the spider. Oh, okay.
How may I help?
Oh, we got a bird.
Let's hie it out.
Why is your ignorant farmer winking at me?
You know, I ask myself that question every single day.
Okay.
He winks at a lot of things, you know. All right, spider's dead. Moving on to the big threat.
Let's reap this whirlwind.
We never actually got to play. Oh, Jesus, someone just took 155 damage.
Something you need?
What just took 155 damage? 50% action speed. Killed the enemy. Oh, Jyoti ended up hitting an animated weapon with the burn. Didn't realize it did that. This is a debuff, so it shouldn't be able to reflect it. I'm not going to be though. Any rays targeted directly at it should reflect back to the caster.
Candied nuts. Pardon me as I indulge myself.
Burb. Is it just the...
Aye.
Yeah, it's just the bow. And they're dying. The Luminary can't engage anything. It doesn't have the ability to.
That's not very helpful.
I don't think it even has a melee attack, now that I'm looking at it.
Happy to oblige. Never you mind that miss. I'll land the next one.
Oh, it does, apparently. Huh.
Take him down.
Nice.
Huh? Right.
So, anyone watched any good movies lately? I ended up watching something last night called Underwater, which I'm sure no one's heard of. Wasn't too big of a fan of it. There was
Happy to oblige. Happy to oblige.
friggin' hell.
Me till
These uns are... I can't whack them any harder.
Of course you can. They're spiders. You gotta squish them. So just, or set them on fire.
Love Roof, be on sync.
I'm on it.
Yeah, I'm actually just gonna send her out of the fight because she can't really help us.
What do you need?
Stay behind me.
I? Yeah, this is futile.
Hey.
Happy to oblige.
Just keep hitting it with fire.
Lava root, be on sync.
A lot of divine magic being thrown around right now.
Sure.
How may I help? Yeah, I cannot whack him
All
any
right,
harder.
it's gonna die next turn.
Happy to oblige.
Yes?
No reason to inflict any more damage on it,
No
really.
mercy.
Happy to oblige.
All right, it's
What can I
dead.
do you for? All right.
That was awful. I hate those spider swarms so much. I'm glad that I haven't actually triggered that many of them. Sephi?
What can I do you for?
Watch an old version of Mad God by Phil Tippett. The full version is going through film festivals right now, and it's a... oh, I've heard of Mad God. Yeah, I was actually really wanting to see that. It's a stop motion something.
I
God
hear
damn
you.
it. I do remember seeing that. Wasn't it in production for like 16
When
years
the
or something
wheel
like
has
that?
ground you all to dust, only I will remain.
Will do.
Scotia, Black Pearl. Yeah, I'm also very interested in it.
This indignity will...
Pull of Aora. Summons a black sphere that draws in all nearby enemies towards it each time it pulses. Interesting. The newcomers of collections have been sleeping fitfully on account of the persistent screaming. Our colleagues in archives have offered a pleasant concoction ground up with mold they found tucked among the scrolls. I've never slept better. But if the screams of our patron fail to wake us, might we not simply sleep forever? The recipe is drawn out with simple illustrations. Even an imp could read it. Might be something to give to an imp.
Unanswered.
There's an imp that likes potions up above.
I've got it.
Pyrite. Remember yourself, Fjornlig. Remember your efforts in the hand occult. Remember their betrayal. What did you discover? What was one secret too many? A fine layer of dust blankets the confiscated arms.
Not exactly my area.
Oh, jeez, what is this? All right, who's ready for story time? Oh, never mind. Right, these don't have a story until I bind them. Who can use it? Looks like anyone. +3 to armor rating. It's a light armor, soulbound. Anyone know where you can find copious amounts of caffeine? On short notice? Not really. You can always just eat raw coffee beans. Or tea. Do you have tea? I think it's black tea that gives you caffeine, if I remember right. I could be very wrong about that. 10% of incoming crits converted to hits. 10% of incoming hits converted to grazes, 10% of grazes converted to misses. That sounds like a phenomenal item for our rogue. Also, Scrolls of Cleansing Flame. Also, a lot of other very, very good scrolls. It's like Sunbeam and Prayer of the Body. Hello, I got something for you. What is he using right now? The Miscreant Slithers? Actually, this works out very well. Bind Soul. To what class on Aloth? Rogue. So what's the deal with it? The last thing that I bound didn't ask me about a class. Why was this one asking me about a class? Maybe it affects the final ability? So now he's got 2 soulbound items. Okay, bound to Aloth Rogue with binds with Paladin Priest Rogue. Grants Corona of the Soul. 10% damage, 10% chance to cast burn damage AoE on hit with Marek's Amath.
Yeah, I hear you.
Alright, we're done down here, which means that we can go back up and check out the other path that is probably full of tentacles. Who's ready for some tentacles? Also, probably more story.
I ain't going to lie, Watcher. Everything that's happened since Gilded Vale. Deerford, Theos, Aethys getting up and stomping around. I think this moment might have made it all worthwhile.
Is there any animal that you don't like? Preferably intravenous. Not on short notice. Sure. I'd be interested to know how that's all going. I'm sure that we can find people to help if you're interested, or if you're missing some knowledge as well. We've got a couple of programmers in chat. Although I don't know how many of them are in chat frequently. Entrance and collections? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Blackjack, but I probably don't need to ask for permission on those, right? Since they're all under free use. I don't actually know how to find the author of most of those anyway. Oh? Oh, hey, we found all the brainless people. I was talking about this earlier. Every logophile should be addended. Beware the quiet child.
Happy to oblige. Real quiet now.
Oh?
Hellos got decent stealth skills, so these guys are actually pretty wary. Fine dagger.
Aye, indeed.
How may I?
I'll see what I can find.
Each thing in its right place. Her record should be expunged. Alright, so we've got two options on how to actually solve this quest.
Mother?
Oh. Souls!
May I help?
Well, we're gonna murder some people, I guess. Ray of fire, please. Oh, that's not good. She's going to keep summoning more and more of them.
What can I do you for?
Next time, I will secure a body that lasts.
All right, we may need to.
Ulu, there.
I don't know what that buff was. Something. Imaginary friend just did something.
Let's try again.
There's also something invisible that I can't see.
Oh?
Yep, there it is. Insidious magical contingency activates when the caster is bloodied or lower. He or she immediately knocks all enemies back and prone while gaining an armor rating and defense bonus for a short time.
Happy to oblige.
The body is right next to this man. Ow, these guys hurt. Oh, they're all two skulls, that's why.
Something I can do?
I may have effed up. I may have effed up real hard. These are all very, very high level. Okay, you know what?
Did you know you reek of that hagfish you carry? Dispose of it at once.
Not even close.
Armor rating of 9. Okay, the armor rating's actually not that bad on these guys. Or, yeah, not that good. It's all zeros. Nice! That's good. That'll take them out of the fight for now. He stopped casting whatever he was going to cast. Our mages aren't looking so hot.
Something you need?
Yeah, you wanna cast the biggest hex that you can cast.
Dropping like flies.
Well, there goes Aloth. Content relating to the SCP Foundation, including the SCP Foundation logo, is licensed under Creative Commons share alike 3.0, and all concepts originate from SCP Wiki and its authors. This video, being derived from this content, is hereby also released under Creative. Okay, so it just has the same license. Gotcha. Cool. I will do that then.
Leave it to me.
So this frightened child needs to die, and I'm sorry about that, but frightened child is getting us killed. Jesus, that wolf. Actually, that didn't do that much damage, and it did more damage to the wolf than I was expecting. The wolf also hasn't engaged Jotis, which means that she can go over here and do a resurrect spell. Or a cleansing flame. I'm gonna do a cleansing flame on this frightened child. Burn the witch.
Too fast for me.
Take you.
Jesus.
You have only delayed your death.
To shreds, you say? We are currently in the process of being in shreds, you say? Jesus, dude.
What can I do you for?
Take him down.
Good. Fantastic. That evened the odds quite heavily. Send me a link to the licensing page. Okay, sure. That would actually be great. Thank you. Technically not your job, but I appreciate you doing it anyway.
Watcher.
Okay. So that was a absolutely phenomenal spell that really just ruined their chances of fighting us. Because we can just take them down in a couple hits now. This imaginary friend didn't get hurt very much, and that one over there is a spellcaster, I think. The mage did get killed, which makes things much easier. That one's also a spellcaster, which bothers me. Kill the squishies. Kill the squishies. It really is. It's one of those spells that I am incredibly happy to have. That chair blocks a freaking lightning bolt.
Like a clumsy initiate.
All right. I need the mage to stay alive.
What do you need?
To that end, we're going to Reeling Blow this one. What? Did... Reeling Blow misses. Fuck! Why? Why would you do this? I can't believe you've done this. Can we... Cool. Didn't interrupt. That's good. Do we want to focus on the imaginary friends and just try and get them under control? I don't know what else the frightened child can do. The child has warrior spirit, precision, eternal blessing. I don't know what eternal blessing does. I also don't know how much health the frightened child has. A lot.
Oh, much blood.
Did it resist it?
What can I do you for?
Hold up. We also just lost our mage. Our one remaining mage. That's not good. But I believe... Yeah, she also went down directly next to Aloth. That's good. Did it not do anything? No, it hit. It just didn't change their model. Weird. That's very weird.
Yeah?
I was chewing through Cadnua's foundation long before Aothas finished the job.
Breath Ulikna.
Hey,
Sup? Okay. Switch over to Conqueror's stance.
This thing isn't doing
Candied nuts. Pardon me as I indulge myself.
Piercing damage doesn't work. Wait, I don't have to worry about Elsa being on my computer anymore. Elsa, you can be on my computer all you want. I made it impossible for you to hit all the reset buttons.
Hey.
That's fantastic.
Lantern flickers.
You son of a... That was a resurrect spell I just lost. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? You want to play that way? Sure. Remember that all that health that you just lost? We're gonna make you lose it again.
My lantern flickers.
Leave it to me.
Let's go. There. Huh?
That evened the field. That evened the field considerably. I feel better about this fight now.
Huh?
Hey.
Okay.
Can't make a dent.
Yeah, they're going to
Happy
be
to
hard to kill.
oblige.
That wolf is still around here. I don't know where it is, but it is still around here. Go ahead and resurrect. I really hope she doesn't get interrupted again.
What do you need? Kinda. Stay behind me.
What you doing, Elsa? Elsa went in and got a groom today, so she's looking real nice today.
Sure.
You know, I'm gonna help with this imaginary friend.
What can I do you for?
All right, and Aloth is back.
Ixie on us.
Hey.
Oh, you've got a crossbow. I don't like that.
Happy to oblige.
Maybe that wolf isn't around. I don't know what happened to the wolf, but I guess it's just dead now. Did we already bless everyone? We could bless them again.
Ixie on us.
This would be a great time to be able to pull someone in. Do we have minor intercession? So, hats off to someone if you can figure out what I'm about to do. But it should...
What can I do you for?
So we now have every buff that I possibly can have. Do we have Devotions of the Faithful? We do not. Put that on.
Ixie on us.
When the wheel has ground you all to dust, only I will remain.
Stop that. Oh, God. Resistance to paralysis effects. That's not good.
Sure.
Yes?
What about this? Wolf killed itself. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's what happened. You know what? I'm happy with that.
Something I can do?
There we go. Paralysis petrified, which is a level above paralysis, which means that they still ended up getting reduced, but they're actually paralyzed for real now. This one is also just paralyzed, which sort of bothers me a little bit.
Death is the true atonement.
Elsa, what are you doing? Few of those are well-known SCPs. 738 is the hard-to-kill reptile, right? Nope, it is not. You could indeed. Have you ever tried writing an SCP yourself, Dr. Blackjack?
What can I do you for?
Okay. We have every buff up,
Mode.
and now they're
Oh, no.
near infinite for the rest of the fight. We probably could have done one meditation as well, but I'm
Yes?
less concerned about
No
that.
mercy.
All right, Jyoti, banish yourself for a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what's going on there, but they're dead.
May I be a candle in the night.
Oh, right.
Something I can
Adair
do?
cannot move. There we are. Which SCP is the one that's basically just Jormungandr? Are you talking about the giant eel? That's one of the 3000 series, if I remember right. No, I could be remembering wrong.
Happy to oblige.
All right, who's ready for a really long slog and entirely the reason that I really wish that you could just
Yeah.
turn off turn-based?
Right.
Yes? Oh?
Okay, they didn't have actually that much health. Huh. That
Yes?
looked like it was going bad, and then it turned into a much easier fight than I expected. The Scourge of Bazillo. Instrumental in the fall of the Principi Isle of Bazillo, Marcia Mez, I'm going to assume that I'm pronouncing this right, Marcia Mez Ozia smuggled a cadre of multi-talented assassins trained in the arts of both bow and bow, sure, into what would become known as the last dance of Ranelli the Bastard. Egotistical and paranoid in equal measure, Ranelli kept his fortress staffed with resident musicians, some more willing performers than others, and invited only his most trusted allies and confidants to his monthly soirees. When a particularly virulent, I hate this word, virulent illness, the work of a cook turned by a sizable bag of swolls. Swollas? I actually don't know how to say that. Swept through the household staff mere days before a scheduled fete, Ranelli refused to cancel his event. He scoured the nearby lanes for suitable replacements, inexplicably locating an ensemble en route with Nikitaka to the Republic's anchored off of a small island of Menepeku. Though his crew searched the players thoroughly, none knew enough of the musicians' art to recognize the danger they rather insistently invited into the bastard's ballroom. I figured. Doesn't really make much sense when you're actually looking at it in text, though. Instrumental. All right, yeah, I already read those. There. Okay, what is the whole deal with this? This is a crossbow, two-handed, howling bolts. Okay, so whistling bolts, distracted for one round on critical hit. Disoriented for 1 round on critical hit. What's Soothing Bolts do? Scoring a crit applies Steadfast to allies near the target for 1 round. Interesting. Good for melee supports. Could upgrade it to legendary. I don't think that I really have anyone who uses crossbows though.
Oh, indeed.
Jyoti could. Jyoti, what do you have for your... where is it? I do like Thundercrack Pistol though. For one thing, Thundercrack Pistol does a ton of damage. Okay, yeah, she can use crossbows. And Jyoti does have an open slot, so why not? Let's give it to her.
Oh?
On it.
Yes?
Not happening.
I shall.
It's a heavy crossbow, so it's a viol. I assume you mean like a viola? Well, that was an interesting
Earthus
fight.
will take what remains of your soul.
Good God, you're giving me tons of work. I didn't even get through all of the stuff that I was intending to edit today, and I've still got more editing after that, since I'm trying to do edited videos for Pathfinder as well. Note on the child. As the chief librarian instructed, we have redacted the child's home village from every available map. The work is taxing on our more covert agents, but it is a public service we cannot let slip. Some graves should be forgotten. When we arrived, it was a ghost town in the truest sense of the word. Men and women conjured from memories and imagination walked the streets, going about their daily duties, ignorant of their own spectral nature, stepping through their own rotted corpses. All was silent save the music. We followed it to the town square, where we found the child playing, the blood of her kin spattered across her instrument. She said, really, that she could not control herself and begged us to help her stop. We promised. It was in poor taste to betray her trust, but at least her talents will be confined to the collections. Confined and, in time, harnessed. You'd feel bad about it, but you don't. Viola and viola are the same thing, basically just the name of different regions / countries, so yeah, viola. Okay. Besides, if you don't have to harass all these authors, you always got dragons to fall back on. If I don't have time, yeah.
Yes?
I still don't mind doing it, because I do get to meet a ton of new people, which is really cool for me. All right. Well, we've gone above and below. You know, we haven't actually fought a dragon yet, Zutara. The only dragon that we ended up finding, we speechcrafted our way through. Actually, the other one we just let go. Mostly because it wasn't its fault. Wait. Shit. I thought that this was a different room. Okay, we need to go to the entrance of the collections. All right, here we are. This has been certainly very challenging, I'll give it that. There's one other challenge fight that we could do here. I'm not too keen on starting it right now, though. that last one nearly killed us. And by nearly, I mean it probably would have if we didn't have the stupid, ridiculous, overpowered Chanter spell, which is the first time that I've ever said the Chanters are overpowered. I know they were in the first game because a lot paralysis affected a lot more things,
The
but
circle hides much from the people of Aora and calls it altruism. I wonder if we haven't made a mistake.
I don't think it's right. Me? I like to leave it all out in the open. Except my secrets. And my dreams. No one should ever know about those.
We agree on that, at least.
You want baubles? You give me...
you got potions? Okay, first of all, we have someone who has access to the most powerful scroll spells, and we are not giving her those scrolls. So we should totally fix this right now. Okay. Hand of Wheel and Woe. Holy shit, that's a lot of fire damage. Yup. Scroll of Meteor Shower. Shining Beacon blinds everything, right? Luminous Beacon of Light causing enemies in the area of effect to take a penalty to all defenses and accrue burn damage over time. Yeah, sure. Sunbeam. I'll give her that. I've also not really been passing out a lot of scrolls, and I probably should be passing out more scrolls. Scroll of Ray of Fire, Firebrand. Ooh, Firebrand's really good. How do we not have that on Aloth? Powerful sword with a blade of pure fire in the reader's hands and inflicts burn damage. Switching to another weapon ends the spell. Does it actually have a duration? Also, we should probably improve our... what's Focus Mind do? Int? Winter Wind. Also, good God, every time that I look at of Men and Dragons, I always think that it's going to be some sort of fantasy story, but it's actually sci-fi. Scroll of Prayer for the Spirit, Smart Inspiration, yep. And we'll do some minor healing. Or Crackling Bolt. I'm just looking at all this stuff, right, and thinking that I need to learn more of these. Scrolls of Sunbeam. Do we have any more healing potions? Give our rogue potions of invisibility. Cleansing Purge on Jyoti, I think. Antidote. Call it like 70% sci-fi and 30% fantasy. It's a sci-fi world, but a very fantasy feel at times. Yeah.
How may I help?
All right, let's rest. This all looks good.
This cannot last, you know.
I appreciate that Console Hot is just a skull, but geez, he's noisy. Also, geez, like the ability he gives me is really good. I think I am gonna go after that fight and just see where it goes. I believe you're missing... There you go.
Of course.
The only commands you need make noise. Yeah, I still need to add an SFX command so that you can actually look at all of those.
How may I help?
Bears! Do that. I have gaping wounds. Fantastic. Debilitating strike, shadow. This is going to be a very sketchy thing that I'm about to do.
These I cannot whack him any harder.
Oh no! Look at how much damage they do. Also, that one's named Auntie. Rhymehound Rathoon. Rhymebound Rathoon. This bear, for one thing, is covered in blood on the front. And it is also got Fur of Frost active. You can also just do exclamation stories. Right now I don't have anything, but I will probably ask a whole bunch of authors stuff tonight.
Insufferable.
And that should have worked. That's weird. Did it work? Oh, you were looking for the pending list? Stories pending. Yeah, that command isn't on there because it's only used by me.
Mm-hmm.
Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. Your stolen goods are now forfeit.
Forfeit. I imagine that frost damage doesn't do shit. You know, the funny thing is, frost damage actually does stuff. That's strange. Okay, that one's immune. Okay, the bears are immune. The Rathoon are not. Okay, well that sucks because that's all of our most powerful spells out the window. Does this work on them? No, doesn't work. Fire damage does bonus. Doesn't look like it. They're actually pretty resistant to fire, unfortunately. Okay, so I'll be honest. Auntie's getting a temporal cocoon.
Something I can do?
Like, that's non-negotiable. Alright, they're all staggered. And they should all be sucked in.
May I be a candle in the night. Need something stronger.
Nope. You think you can just walk away from midair? Do you even know what we're doing? I'm sorry? Hold up. Temporal Cocoon grazes Auntie. Additional effects for 1 round. Did it only last a round? I think it only lasted a round. That's not good. That is, in fact, what you would call really freaking bad, because most of my backline was set up under the assumption that she would be in a temporal cocoon for at least 3 rounds.
I see great potential in you, Shoti.
Yeah. Just stop that. No casting.
I can't move.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep. Now you've got the right idea. Attack him. Attack the person who is very clearly the biggest threat here. Okay, so Adair's going to tank them. He should be able to tank all of them, I hope. The snow bears themselves aren't actually that dangerous. The Rathoon are. And, of course, then there's Auntie. And I don't know how to look at Auntie. Because I'm actually the most scared of Auntie because Auntie has a name. And as we are all aware of in RPGs, you kill the named ones first. We're going to summon a Visage of Council Hop. And then we're going to crush it. Oh, crushing damage doesn't do shit to Auntie. Alright. It is Alof's
May I
turn.
help? Of course.
And Auntie is fully focused on him. Great. Ninigoth's Death Ray? Wait, no, hold up. So immune to ice damage, which means we can't use the frost. We can use Death Ring. Hold up. Escape to here? Death Ring.
Yeah.
Did I ever play Spiritfarer? I did. Not a 100% playthrough, so I didn't end up actually finding everyone, but I did a decent chunk of it. I finished the main story, which is all you really need if you think about it. Honestly, I kind of found Spiritfarer to start dragging on towards the end, so I did not really want to stick around for as much as I normally would. Spiritfarer was good though.
Something you need?
Yes, indeed.
Why
Do you
is your
have?
ignorant farmer winking at me?
Oh, good. Meteor shower hits everyone. That's not quite what we need right now, then. Hit that. What does this do? Is there a reason abilities are disabled right now? Won't at it? Yeah, probably a good thing. You never finish it. You got distracted by something shiny. There's a lot shinier than that. Oh, Console Hot's visit. Damn it. Okay, sure. Console Hot. First of all, training missiles does raw damage, attacks the target's fortitude, and grants drained health to caster. We wasted a lot of spells right there, unfortunately. Console Hot is actually a pretty good tank because as a legendary boss, he has a ton of armor.
The virus? No.
Oh, Banner Saga used to be on my list. I don't remember what happened to it. You can go ahead and add it again now. We never did end up streaming it. I've played the first one, but I've never streamed them. I would like to actually finish the series at some point. I think they've got all three out now, right? Did Aloth ever get a chance to actually cast his spell? I'm not seeing any damage from Ella. Snowball. Rethun. Basina. I don't think Eloth ever got a chance to cast his spell. Oh no, he did. Oh, through one miss, 3 grazes. Okay. No wonder it didn't really do much. Well, I tried. Torrent of Flame? Torrent of Flame. You know, one of the things that I remember distinctly about Banner Saga, though? Do you remember in Banner Saga when you're waiting for people to arrive at a village, right? There's a section in the first game where you end up waiting for a lot of people to rejoin the party, and they don't ever actually rejoin the party. There is no indication that that's never going to happen, and you can wait until you die of starvation, which I didn't know the first time playing, and I thought was a fantastically hilarious way to convince the player to just do something really dumb. This is a dexterity affliction, so it is maximum.
Ever wonder what happened to your old pets, Watcher?
Reeling blow.
You have only delayed your death.
Storm? Storm. I'm sorry. This is gonna hurt a lot, but this, I'm hoping, should be worth it. Console Hot, please move. Otherwise, you're gonna get hit by all 7 bolts. And that'd be bad. That'd be the maximum of bad. Auntie?
Are you blind? Yes?
That is one of my most powerful spells. I can only use it once per combat. Actually, once per day. And then I have to rest. But, good God. Oh, I do hope that you're fine with it being added to the weekday streams, Dr. Blackjack. You seem to be able to be around during those, so should be fine, I hope. Yep. Which one it gets added to is depending on which one is active at the time. So if you want something added to the weekend stuff, just go ahead and add it during the weekend. Or during the middle of the day, really. Crackling Bolt? So that did a lot of damage to everything. Auntie actually got hit pretty hard. Oh, you're targeting Aloth or something. Well, you know what? I say fuck you to that, Smokeville. Okay, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Shields of the Faithful, please. Okay, so now she's got Console Hot's Crushing Doom on her, so we don't really have to worry about Auntie for the rest of the fight.
Got it.
Fantastic. Jesus, that fur makes for some good armor. Makes fur some good armor. I'm sorry. I'm trying to learn to pun, okay? I'm not sure if it's actually doing anything.
Stay behind me.
Hey, Console Hot. You have one console HOTS training. Let's do corrosive siphon on both of these. That's a lot of ice. I'm pretty sure it missed though. Hold up. Rhinebound cast, Ninagal's Freezing Pillar. Ninagal's Freezing Pillar, 1 graze, 2 crit. I think it hurt. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it hurt the allies more. Because he didn't take that much damage from that.
How may I help?
Boop, 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 boop. Are you immune to frost? You are not immune to frost, which means that we can do stuff like this. And there, again, I'm sorry, but you've got so much health that I can just pelt you with friendly fire spells and you won't really care. Oof. Jesus, the bears have so much armor.
This indignity will not go unanswered.
Yeah, just start killing off the snow bears. Alright, that bear is dead. Now we have to worry about Auntie. And the 0 damage we do to her.
This cannot last, no.
Oh?
These absolutely 0 damage. What the Jesus? Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that simplified that fight significantly. Actually. What you doing, Elsa? Haha, you have no risk of turning the PCs off because there's buttons there are covers that prevent you from actually destroying them. So take that. I don't have to worry about you taunting me and trying to get more food because you can't do anything to me anymore. Goofy cat.
That's not supposed to happen.
That bear should have died. Wait. Also, straining touch. Caster becomes a toxic parasite, causing corrosive damage to the next target the wizard attacks, weakening it and converting the life force to the caster as health. Okay, so gotta have him actually attack something. That is a dead bear.
How may I help?
That is, in fact, a very dead bear. The funny thing is that these guys are the only two that aren't actually immune to ice, which means...
Dispose of it at once.
In fact, they're not even resistant to ice, despite being ice Rathun. That's interesting.
Stay behind me.
Go poke him. Yeah!
Yes?
Hey, Ella? Break the bell.
That's not very helpful.
Yeah, he's just gonna start casting again?
Yeah.
Oh, icy regenerate. Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe don't use ice on them. I just noticed that it's actually regenerating due to ice. So let's not do that. Let's not do that at all.
What do you need? May I be a candle in the
Something
night?
you need?
Let's see here. Substantial echo.
Let's go.
Got to keep the lad on his feet.
I think the additional effect was stun for one round. Okay. Gotta call it early tonight. All right. No problem, dude. Thank you for adding more stories. I'm gonna have to get to those tomorrow. Tomorrow is gonna be a fun day of editing, coding, and really doing everything that I can to try and reduce the amount of work that I've had for the stream.
Happy to oblige.
A lot of it's been piling up, and Jesus, man. There's just a lot to do.
What can I do you for?
What do you need?
When the wheel has ground you all to dust, only I will remain.
That was a very grumpy Sunbeam? Sunbeam. Oh, dude, don't worry. I'll get through it. It actually only takes me like an hour to go through everything that's on the list. For a while, it was taking me longer because for some strange reason, Reddit wasn't allowing me to start chats. To start chats on new tabs, but it would let me start chats on old tabs. So I had to find someone on the other open Reddit tab that I had.
Yeah? Sure.
And I would prefer to have an overflow of stories than an underflow. There have been times when we've had no one submitting, and you actually kind of ended that very effectively. Oh hey, meteor shower, twin stones. Sends 2 deadly boulders flying from the reader's position, dealing crush damage to anyone in their path and exploding on contact. AoE is decent.
Yeah? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you ended that very definitively. Alright, that's the last fight in this area. Good night, Dr. Blackjack. I hope you have a good night yourself. Wait, I just realized, are we going to end up fighting whatever that is behind? Because that's not WoW. That might be a beholder.
Yeah?
But this is Pillars of Eternity. We can't have beholders.
Right.
A familiar shrill nattering disturbs my peace. Could that be Consul Hot at your heel?
She peers past your shoulder to stare narrow-eyed at the skull hovering at the edge of your party.
I heal for no one, parasite. Does your whimsical fabrication of undeath still amuse you? Or are you ready to surrender to the only true immortal among us?
No less charming a skull than you were a lich. Your dependability is a constant comfort to me, Consul Hot. Speak your mind.
That's fun. Do you know anything about this place?
We know little about it. Hopefully we'll learn more as we pursue Maura. Let's sate your curiosity then.
You don't seem to like imps much.
I suppose compared to Tane, anything less than rapturous exaltation looks like deepest loathing. I neither like nor dislike them. They serve a useful function, and their constant flatulence aside, they can be rather sweet.
I'd like to know what you think of a few of the other archmages.
Ask. I might even tell you the truth.
Dare I ask what you think of Consul Hot?
It gladdens my heart to see he's finally found his proper place in the natural order. As your pet.
Ha!
Enjoy your delusions, parasite. The Watcher would not hesitate to strike off your head if it served her interests in some mediocre capacity.
Consul Hot's reprehensible antics give responsible wizards a bad name.
Like all monsters dragged from the shadows, Consul Hot is smaller than he might seem. I do not fear the likes of him.
Surely you have thoughts on Arkhamir.
The definition of a snake. One wonders what cold-blooded malfeasance he perpetrated upon the Huana, that they allowed him to build a castle in the heart of their greatest city.
The official story is that the Kahanga Palace was structurally unstable, poised to cascade down the mountain until someone financed the renovations.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. He bought his way in. What can you tell me about Tane?
He's exhausting and exasperating, but smarter than he seems. He is an archmage, after all. Still, he's probably the dumbest of us.
How do you feel about Mara?
After visiting this place, I wonder if she truly developed the summoning magic bearing her name, or if Wal gifted her it. Let's sate your curiosity, then.
Can I become an archmage?
It seems to me you're not even an apprentice, much less a practiced wizard. Very well.
Always nice to see a friendly face, even if it doesn't have any skin on it.
Tane winks at Consul Hot.
I despise you, Tane. If I had hands, I would wring your scrawny neck. That goes for everyone in earshot.
The head rotates, taking in its surroundings.
What a filthy, disorganized hovel.
You're one to talk. I saw your library at Cragholt.
You have no basis on which to judge me, simpleton. I've seen what you carry. Ugh. I have forgotten how much I detest mortal company. The stench alone is unbearable.
I have some questions for you, Consul Hot.
We have nothing to discuss, you insipid pustule. I have found more competent sea captains floating face down in watery graves. What would you like to know?
What do you know about Wal's body?
It will swallow you like a piece of half-chewed gristle, depositing you where you belong atop a divine dung heap. Beyond that, I know little.
Would you look at that? Consul Hot, the all-knowing, finds a blind spot in his education.
Underestimating me would be your greatest mistake, apprentice. One that I will not stop you from making.
Okay, this is the most amusing thing I've done today. Any thoughts on our current mission?
Our mission? If you presume to imagine that we have similar goals, allow me to correct your catastrophic error in judgment.
Oh, fantastic. You've wound him up again.
That is my reason for living right now.
We have only one thing in common. We both want you to die.
Why would you want that? Wait. It's a little harsh, Consul Hot.
I am indifferent to your existence, but you clearly desire a worthy end. Isn't it obvious? The way you launch yourself into peril at every turn. These are the actions of one who has lived too long, wandered too far, and willingly climbs to the precipice of oblivion.
Uh-huh.
Self-annihilation is the most natural ambition a sentient mind can achieve. And when you find yours, I will be there to cheer you on.
You sure you don't want me putting him in my lantern?
No, we need him for now.
I will be listening, Watcher. I always am. And when my time comes, you will pray for the indignity of bobbing in my shadow. No, yours will be a more horrible fate. That is a promise.
I miss that guy.
You and Consul Hot aren't on the best of terms.
It's not like that. We're good friends. We just disagree on everything.
Your chaotic orb is amateurish folly. Any half-wit can lose control of a spell and be delighted by its unpredictable consequences. Your career should have been consigned to the waste bin of history before it even began.
That's our Consul Hot, right? You old trickster.
Tane scratches the back of his head and chuckles softly. Oh god. It amuses me, pissing off Consul Hot. Alright. These columns of flesh smell enticingly of sausage. No.
What you want, Ground Stink?
Can you do anything with this recipe for entrancing days?
Got something you want to forget, huh? Want to escape? Go live in dreams?
Drowsy Puke scrutinizes the recipe and crushes together a combination of herbs, flower stems, and spore glands into a mortar and pestle. He sniffs the mixture off the end of his talon and sighs contentedly.
New drugs ready for sampling. Sleep well, idiot.
Drowsy Puke leans in and kisses your forehead. Fun. Oh, okay. That's kind of neat. Deep slumber, entrancing
Candied nuts? Pardon me as I indulge myself.
All right. We've already explored the entirety of the collections. Now it's time to take a look at the central stacks. What you doing, Elsa? Being a heavy kitty. Robed figures unflinchingly clean thick gore from the stone floor. One of the kith looks up to you. If a person can be described as looking without eyes. What a fantastic collection of books you've gathered.
It is remarkable, isn't it?
These are the archives, the accumulated lore of those who see without being seen. Do not remove the books from the shelves.
The man's voice plods emotionlessly forward, as if he is heavily sedated.
Lest you face reprisal.
Any other rules I should know about?
Do not interfere with the work of the archives, and its librarians will not interfere with you.
I wonder exactly how they interfere with people.
Furthermore, the Oracle has limited patron admittance to the lower levels only. Trespassers in the upper floors will face reprisals.
Did the people you're cleaning up not follow the rules?
Not at all. These librarians were retired by an intruder wearing a mask.
Interesting. That would probably be our missing Archmage. Was this masked intruder a tall woman? Maybe named Mara?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, Elsa.
A woman matching that description did ask access to the vault, however.
Hold up. I think that the cat
did
did
not
something.
grant her request. Both intruders have entered the quarantined section to the east. We have not pursued, as that section is under quarantine.
Don't steal your books. Don't go upstairs. Anything else I should know?
For your safety, please avoid the eastern stacks. They have been contaminated.
Contaminated?
The contamination will be remedied within 5 to 15 years.
Interesting.
Please keep further conversation to a minimum.
The figure nods his eyeless head and turns away, returning to his work.
Real friendly sorts.
He rubs the back of his head and shrugs. Friendlier than I was expecting.
Will do.
Neglect and incompetence. What this place needs is a motivated cleaning staff.
I think they're motivated plenty.
Cautiously.
I went east. Spore-infested librarian. Oh, this isn't gonna be fun. I really hope it's just the 4 of them. Seems like it's for now.
They'll fall by my hand.
Shadow step over to this one. Sweet. Can we do a slumber spell? We'll slumber them, and then we'll see
Got it.
which of them we want to kill. Resistance to intellect afflictions, resistance, immunity to perception afflictions. That's not too bad. Let's not do that because it might wake them up after they've been slumbered. What I will do, however, is hit them with this.
I'm on it.
We'll focus on the one that Aloth is currently fighting.
Happy to oblige.
Two of them didn't get slumbered. Or maybe they did. Yeah, they're asleep. Alright. Storm of the Seven Bolts, Conductive Blast. Here we are. This will wake up two of them. Let's hold on to it for now.
Something I can do?
Yeah.
Leave it to me.
Aye.
Okay. Now they're just prone, not dead. Protective Soul absorbs 12 damage. Devotions of the Faithful.
The elf holds his grimoire like a clumsy initiate.
Something you need? Death is the true atonement.
Aye.
They've got some sort of protective thing on them. Also, Psychic Backlash.
Eothas will take what remains of your soul.
Okay, they're starting to wake up.
What can I do you for? Let's reap this whirlwind.
Something I can do?
Some of them are asleep for a good long time.
Huh? Let's go.
Ew, that's not the sound I was expecting. Are these guys undead?
Uh-huh.
Do we have another sleep spell? We do have another sleep spell if we need it. Do we want Substantial Phantom? No.
Yes? They'll fall by my hand.
I've got nothing.
Jesus, that was a lot of damage. That I was not expecting. Tain's Chaotic Orb.
Stay behind me.
Yeah?
So we've killed one of the librarians. The rest are going to be a problem. I can already tell.
Happy to oblige.
Let's do a minor intercession. That was a good hit.
Huh?
I feel happy with that hit. It doesn't look like there's anything else over here. Jesus, what sort of slash resistance do they have?
Something you need?
Oh, it's the protective soul ability.
Yeah? What do you need?
Power strike? Oh, that was 82 damage. I'll take that.
Hi.
Deals a level 3 or lower spell. I don't actually know if that did anything, but I tried. That is the maximum level petrification spell. They have no resistance to it, so I'm hoping that it'll actually hit them and be effective. And unlike sleep, I don't have to worry about accidentally waking them up. Yes, Elsa. Let's see here.
Happy to oblige.
Hit that one.
Beyond seek.
Take him down.
This should kill the rest.
Yes?
Neat.
Yes?
These ends are in for. I'm feeling the strain.
I'm so glad that he has Reforged the Flesh.
Huh?
That would have been nasty if he hadn't used it.
Hmm?
Honestly, that librarian's on fire and burning. He's dead already.
Yeah?
Of course.
Oh, sweet. Only Engwith, Kaima whispers as the knife falls. Koisos understands the process. Incision and excision, making nothing is simpler. Growth without guidance has for too long defined this wilderness. The world requires cultivation. Do not stare numbly into the darkness. Strike a light. The instrument warms, ready. The device wakes. The gardener signals. The knife falls.
Yeah? Sure.
So much knowledge consumed and grown over. We may never appreciate how much was lost here.
Oh. As you heft the tome, a wave of spiritual essence overwhelms you. The strength of its force so immense you can't help but be pulled under.
The gods strip us of who we are on every turn about the wheel, mercilessly shaving off all we've learned with their divine lathes. We retain the pale shadows of our souls, but knowledge, memory, self, all of it is cut away. Do the gods fear we might someday rival their strength if they do not?
What did I just pick up? The Annals of Leningrad, Volume 1 of 5. The gods... Oh, okay. Just what he
Words
said.
taste like.
Log, subject K1121's confiscated possessions. Items removed and catalogued upon entry. 1 book, grimoire. 1 spyglass, cracked. Assorted loose leaf tea. An addendum was penned by a shaking hand. Subject K1121's grimoire has behaved unpredictably, i.e., at all, since we took her downstairs. Over the last hours, I observed the runes and inscriptions fading from the page. Oddly enough, the book seems livelier when I carried it out into the eastern alcove of the Oratory of Wow, and I have yet to identify the reason. Further observation recommended.
Paper, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. I've got it.
A lot of spell scrolls here.
Foes ahead.
What is that?
I see you there.
This fleshy column of fungus pulses faintly with bioluminescence. It smells moist. A muted scream echoes somewhere far below. You sense essence flowing lethargically to and from it. Perhaps it serves as a hub for the spores infesting the archive. I'm gonna leave it.
Trouble up ahead.
Well, this didn't help at all. Spore tendril.
I shall deal with this one.
Happy to oblige. Ugh, that dog won't hunt.
Yeah?
Ooh, that's a lot of damage for one person to take.
Something you need?
I still need to figure out why these abilities are disabled. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull this one in. It'll act as a chain for the spell that we're about to cast. I don't know how long the chain will actually last, but it should allow it to hit, I hope. Then
I shall deal with this one.
I've got nothing.
Jesus, that's a lot of damage.
Huh?
Oh, you son of a... Wow, these are just like a billion damage apparently.
Cadnua's foundation long before Aothas finished the job.
Alright! I hate this. They do so much damage. Okay, we need to stun them, because otherwise they're just gonna keep doing that shit.
The virus? No.
Something I can do?
Unfortunately, no.
I'm on it.
Huh?
Yes?
Not exactly my area of expertise.
I need them to be targeting at air, but they are just refusing to do that. Okay.
Seeing trails. Must focus.
Take him down.
Come on. Yeah! Okay, that's what I was hoping for. Nice! Tentacles are down. Those tentacles are scary.
What can I do you for?
However, now that they're dead, this gets a hell of a lot easier.
Mo ixi honor.
Uh-huh.
Immune to mind effects, right? Yeah. Substantial phantom? Jesus fucking Christ, they hit so hard.
Oh?
Why do they hit so hard? Kill that one. Oh, that's not pleasant. Storing magic. What is that?
Hmm?
Well, Aloth just got gibletized.
Stay behind me.
Something you need?
Yeah.
We're dropping like flies.
Yeah?
Yeah, we kind of are, aren't we? However, we still have more than enough power to do this.
Be on seek. Smart stony.
All right. That hurt.
Bon piacco casita.
That hurt a lot. The quarantine section. We're not going in there quite yet. Tendrils of fungus reach for a hole in the ceiling. A rush of fresh air whispers through the opening. Still really glad that we managed to chain the spell over to the tentacles, because I knew that if we managed to do it correctly, then the tentacles would die. And they did in fact die. Alright. You hack and poke at it, your weapon slamming uselessly into fungus and coming away clean. It coos quietly. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. This thing ain't going anywhere. Well, I'm not gonna go down there quite yet. Did we not take... Interesting. We didn't take any injuries for the deaths.
Something you need? Ah. I'm on it.
Nice and slow.
Oh, right, these guys aren't hostile. History of Aora. Subject P0706 broke free of its cell and makes slow progress towards other parts of the facility. We cannot cross from one end of our library to another without spores dusting our robes from unseen limbs of the colony. I have reported the matter, but our chief librarian is characteristically unconcerned. Should that thing cross into the restricted stacks, I hope she remembers who warned her. An addendum is scribbled below. Boris has gone missing, likely infested, digested, or worse. What began as an irritation has escalated to a tragedy. I haven't the heart to tell the archive staff to call off the search. Once the dust settles, I will take it upon myself to find them a new library mascot. Aw, what is Boris? This missive was addressed to an office of the Admiralty of Rawatai. Apparently it never made the journey. Your flagship, the Tenants of Iron, has not weathered the journey from the motherland as we had hoped. The sea was fierce, and an aggressive parasite infests the hull. When I sailed for the Deadfire, you told me that the Tenants must always lead the way, for we carry the motherland's heart. I tell you now that the ship is not battle-ready. Even a meager display of strength could send her to Andra's bosom. You instructed me not to take on a shipwright, for the pride of our armada cannot be seen to founder, nor to enlist help from the Huana, lest they grow too familiar with our armaments. Yet it is a matter of time before your flagship vanishes beneath the waves. What are your orders?
Careful, please!
Oh, okay, that's really cool. We'll dig into the history in a moment. Because it seems like we got the entire history of Aora on these shelves. Someone has meticulously logged dates and details pertaining to the operation of a flesh construct monitor device. Some of the latest entries stand out. Found a finger blocking the cogs. Asked around. No librarians reported a missing digit. Initiated the startup sequence and a bunch of teeth fell out. Operation normal? A new lever grew from the panels today. Not sure what it controls yet, if anything. Stiff. Warm. At this point, the controller has taken on a life of its own. All I can do is interpret its desire. Device refused to initiate normal procedure until I tickled its favorite gland, deep and on the left-hand side, by a patch of bone. After it shuddered for some moments, I had its undivided attention. This is disgusting work, and I love it. Smuggled journal page. Admeth set the forest aflame, they say. Admeth snatched the sharpest fang out of the enemy's jaws, they sing. I know nothing beyond the walls of my cell, but I still have my memories, and I don't recall a single crisp tree on that battlefield. I don't recall being taken. I remember waving the flag of parley and having it answered with a battle cry. Anything they burned later. History isn't written by the victors or the kith who were there. It's written by scribes, and for some reason, Admeth isn't of the mind to contradict their lies. Maybe it's because he's where he is, and I'm where I am. It's history. Or there's history, and then there's history. Takes a keen eye to tell the difference. Regged.
Those are priceless tomes!
Interesting, you can sort of trigger the librarians to go and do stuff. A stone lectern stands before you. Its surface reads, "They carry potential born of a word and shared like a secret." It looks as though a book could be placed here. The rain and ozone scent of arcane energy wafts from the lectern. There appears to be a spell imprinted on the stone. A device inscribed with arcane runes glows dimly before you. The runes request an answer to their question. Lick the runes. They're warm and lively as bare skin, but limned with the spark of arcane energy. They taste bitter. When you pull away, every hair on your body is standing on end. Interesting. A stone lectern stands before you. Its surface reads, "While scions of Forest and Adra fought, the dreams of invaders died." I know that one. That's the Glenfathens. What's this one? They carried potential born of word and shared like a secret. So that's the quarantine section. That's where we can find Mara.
It's like traveling with a child.
Oh, this is pleasant. An infested almanac of crop rotation. The cover of this almanac is thickly padded with a fuzzy, multicolored fungus that has spread to the spine and the rest of the pages. Only one page has survived total infestation. Mold has contaminated the ink itself and warped certain words into bulging, irregular configurations. The fertility of the land is a quintessential concern in the success of Hello. A healthy farm is a diverse one, and we cannot rely on favorable are we alone? To dictate our fortunes. Just as Kith have yoked the season to our bidding, we need to do our part to am I a part? Who am I? That we replace what we take from the life of the land. The precious abundance we so recklessly leech from. The why does knowing hurt? Henceforth, it will be our responsibility to not I, we, and share our progress for the song growth love of the colony. This way, the purity of the book will be measured and controlled, no longer a variable outside of our... From that point on, the text has been consumed, reduced to little more than the loam of a thriving fungus colony.
I could go for some shut-eye about now.
Yep, we're gonna be doing some resting in a bit. Alright, no one said that there'd be traps in the library. Anatomical dissection notes. Curious specimen, larger than the last one. The bones assume a different configuration whenever I look away, so an accurate accounting of its inner workings will prove no small challenge. The organs are knit together in a flexible mesh which maintains its spongy state despite decomposition. The jaws can stretch open wider than they should allow. I cannot account for how this is possible, but my eyes don't deceive me. The teeth elongate in proportions to how far apart the jaws are stretched, even in death. I recommend the last of this species be interred in the collections. Better to have it catalogued and disposed than out and about. Were those the dogs that I killed? I think it's related to a couple of very specific history books. So, I think it's time to start reading on history. The History of Aora, Volume 1. The Collapse of Gran Valia. Armchair academics will tell you the fall was unavoidable, that it was Gran Valia's rapacious appetite for expansion that finally ended them, or a regrettable inattentiveness to the necessity of maintaining critical infrastructure, or the Ouroboros of betrayal, revenge, and re-revenge that characterized their idly wealthy leisure time. But they're wrong. No, it was Delcaza, the tabby, that ended it all. Delcaza, a dead mouse dropped in a stew, and one very ill duke who, when told of the first in what would become a spate of vendetta-field murders among the family that controlled the Gran Valian economy, shouted at the valet to close the door and to not disturb his rest again. He promptly died, and as his valet studiously ignored the stench coming from the master's study, Gran Valia unraveled at the seams. Fun! Cat caused an entire nation to fall apart. That's cats for you. The first among the people was fire. It's always fire. In every community, among every species, it's always fire. Fire is a balm against the dark, a light to tell stories by. It chases away the cold, lights the path, summons the shadows. It was conjured by an old woman who whispered a word at a dying coal and saw it spring to life. She carried the burning coal until her death, when she taught the word to her daughter, who taught the word to her son. The people carried that small flame from their home in the frigid north to the sultry southern jungles. Never once did it go out.
On it.
But the Delimgan and Adragan couldn't come to accords. They launched a quiet civil war, and the colonists' farms became the front. The Adragan blighted the Adirans' Vorlus crops with a might native to the deep forest. The colonists, believing themselves under attack by the notoriously territorial Delimgan, retaliated by clear-cutting the forests surrounding their villages. Not to be outdone, the Delimgan drained the subterranean aquifers in the Valian settlements. Hello, Cool Eagle. How you doing, dude? For once, I'm not just about to end. What's up?
Uh-huh.
Good night. But you only just got here, Kremlin Kev. You must stay for a little bit longer at least.
Aye? How may I help?
We're currently looking at book puzzles and learning history because these are quest items, and I figure I might as well read the quest items and try to figure out what the deal is with them. His parents named him Gramwin, and he slept soundly through the night, every night, from the day of his birth and forever every day after. He didn't scream or cry, but only stared, blank-eyed, as the world turned about him. Gremwin had no siblings, nor would he ever. When one of the neighbor's child was born similarly silent, then another and another, Gremwin's parents were named Cursebringers. They were burned in the town square, and Gremwin was left alone on a hillside just as the season's first snow began to fall. Of course, that didn't stop the hollowing. For 15 years, nothing would.
Of course.
So what's going on, my dude?
I shall be discreet.
I hope you can all hear Bart in the background being very grumpy. Found a better swamp base? Nice. Never did end up playing Valheim myself. Let me give you a shout out. If I can actually see my keyboard. But yes, welcome everyone who came in with Kegel's Raid. We are currently doing some forbidden knowledge, let's call it that. Basically, there's a giant god colossus below the stone of this particular... I don't even know what to call it. Temple? Temple is the closest that I could imagine. Anyway, it's a giant god body, not inhabited by the god that originally created it. However, it might be a little bit active. No, the god that originally created it was also the god of knowledge and mysteries, and is very intent about making sure that some things stay forgotten. While Scions of Forest and Adra fought, the dreams of invaders died. Oh, I know which one that is. That's the Delimgan.
You pretending you're Aethys now?
Fuck your books.
Nice and quiet.
I'm gonna do this, and if this doesn't work, then I'm probably... Fucking...
Oh, what a mess.
I'll be your lookout.
There we go. One book. What was the other one? Hey, Bart. Are you meowing your head off? He is meowing his head off, and he's a very good kitty. Wait, were you actually playing Raid Shadow Legends at the end, Kegel? I thought that you were doing Valheim today. Well, that's one book. What's the other one? They carried a potential born of word and shared like a secret. Okay, that's book 2. Ah. Yeah, I'm already part of 2 gachas. I don't really need the third one right now.
How may I help?
F. Okay, I'm actually gonna...
How may I help?
Wait, who's actually in combat here? This librarian, I guess.
I shall.
I would like to reload. Nah, bro. I already have too much that I'm doing right now. I have a big event that I'm programming for the stream, which is actually very near completion at this point. I have a lot of editing that's taking up my time. I don't have time.
You'd think they'd learn eventually.
I'll see what I can find.
I'm on it. Touch nothing.
Yeah.
This is really hard to do.
Yeah.
There's a very small window to grab it. There we go.
Huh? Right.
Yes, but have you heard the news? Have you heard of Honkai Impact 3rd?
Hey, I think I read that one back at Cadnua.
Swift and quiet now.
Go look up Honkai Impact 3rd. That's what I've been going through lately. All right. Arcane energy hums in harmony, and the wall before you begins to shimmer with light. You've been out of the gacha scene for like a decade. You were in it before? Gacha wasn't really that big of a thing until recently, I thought. I've been enjoying Honkai Impact 3rd. I just wish that I didn't have to keep leveling up to get more of the story. Because the story is effectively a well-written manga with pretty animations at key points. All right. And we've got Bart behind me chewing on my fingers. Okay, these are the restricted sections. I've got your nose, Bart. Did you used to play them a decade ago? Life and Discoveries of Paradigm, Histories of Contradiction, Huana, Rusted Armor. Against Aesthetics, or an examination of the motivation of storytellers, poets, and other con artists. Storytellers aren't con artists. Look, I just want a gacha game that actually puts in the effort to deserve my money. Honkai Impact for me is exactly that. You know what? We're grabbing all of them.
The season of harvest is here.
I don't think that we can avoid this. Enchanted armor, you say? Oh. Bart, why are you so heavy these days? Oh my god. I've got a cat. Have I been feeding you too much? I mean, given your meows, I haven't been feeding you enough. He's not that fat either. He's just been getting heavier. He's eating weight control. Alright. What the hell was a coin pusher gacha game anyway? What does that even mean? Can you guys hear the purring? Like, hold up. Can you hear it?
Next time, I will secure a body that lasts.
Come on, Bart. Oh. Thanks. Yeah, I was purring directly into it, so I hope that people were hearing the purring. Okay. Anyway. Stabby, stabby.
Cannot whack him any harder.
Like the coin machines, you put a quarter in and it pushes quarters out if you're lucky. Isn't that just flat out gambling though? Like, that's not even trying to be subtle about it.
Got it! Big on!
What can I do you for?
That reaction is interesting. Jesus, these guys hit hard.
Yeah?
Alright, Owl just got hit. It didn't cost you a quarter, but same deal.
Here we go.
That's how they get you, though. Brilliant. What does the brilliant buff do? This is gonna take a while.
How may I
Just
help?
bear with me.
Almost.
There's a reason it takes so long, trust me. That was a hell of a lot of damage. Okay.
Got it. No good.
These things have a lot of armor. 13.
Mm-hmm.
That's not great. Is there a particular reason Jyoti can't use any of her abilities? Penetration. Do that. Hey, that did decent damage. Yeah, attack Adair. Adair is the real threat here.
Yeah.
Adair can't actually kill anything, but he can be real threatening. Jyoti, why can't you use any of your abilities? This is alarming. Why?
Fear not. Nuh-uh. Didn't work.
Oh, she's been silenced. What is that? And why am I scared of it? That is a librarian with some sort of gun. You know what? F that. Do I want to stab it? Oh, shadow step.
Awaits me.
Something I can do?
Actually, that was shadowing beyond. Wow.
Stay behind me.
Yeah.
Are these things immune to dexterity? They're not immune to dexterity. They're not even resistant to dexterity. It's great actually having something that we can use our spells on for the first time in ages. Turn on greatsword. Oh, come on. You son of a... He's gonna get turned into a pig. We're going to Confounding Blind on him. Yeah, take that.
Something you need?
Go ahead. Hit him with this.
Fight on, Jyoti!
Well, Jyoti's down, but she'll be back up in a moment.
Yeah.
You're a pig now. How long does that last? 3 rounds. Fantastic. Don't have to worry about him for a while.
Sure.
That librarian's dead. Ooh. God damn it. I don't want to fight ghosts.
What do you need?
Yep, Jody's back. And not very happy. Okay, I'm not going to risk anything. We're just going to go straight to Holy Radiance. And he immediately switched targets to her. Fantastic.
Oh?
Petrification. Now, Kegel, you said that you never ended up finishing Pathfinder, right?
You want some trouble, Botso?
What do you need?
Okay, that's another armor down.
Huh?
Yes?
Okay, so they're petrified for now, which is great
I
for
shall
me.
deal with this one.
Unfortunately, it does increase their armor by a significant margin. I love that we petrified the ghost.
Take him down.
Hey.
Because, you know, petrifying ghosts is apparently a thing that you can do.
Happy to oblige.
Okay. Conductive Blast is hard to use. Oh, Jesus! That pig is super duper dead.
Let's reap this whirlwind.
I wasn't expecting it to do 197 damage. Holy crap. Oh, Joji's dead again.
Yeah?
She did good work before she died.
Let's go.
I think that what happened is that she killed, or she did all that damage and then immediately gained aggro.
Yeah? Will do.
Grimoire of Disruption.
Sure.
How much money do we have? We got a decent chunk of money. We're gonna have to rest, aren't we? We just wasted that Adra potion. Yeah, we're gonna have to rest.
Mm-hmm. Happy to oblige. Yeah.
Because otherwise Joji's gonna die. And I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
Insufferable.
All right.
Why is your ignorant farmer winking at me?
Blessing, Baratheon Scripture, History of Aora. At the heart of all creatures lie two things, a soul and a seed. A soul needs a seed to grow, the body to house it. The stronger the soul, the more powerful the body. Even a god needs a physical form to act in the material world. We can't create souls, but we can control them. We can smash them together, tear them apart, sew them all back together again. But we can't grow a body large enough to house the harvest of a god's soul. Unless we can create the proper seed. But then, how do you teach an object its purpose? Kratos quickly installed himself as Nua's most famous advisor and set about tearing the Ingwithan establishment apart from within. His lies turned the powerful against one another, and his forgeries undermined the trade negotiations a decade in the making. There was money to be made in exploiting the discord, but he didn't line his own pockets with it. He surreptitiously handed it out among the populace. When his quiet rebellion was eventually uncovered, he was tortured near to death and presented with a choice: put his skills to work for the people he'd striven to destroy, or die at the hands of church inquisitors. And Kratos kept his life, at least for a time. The man who would be Skane. Interesting. This is some lost knowledge if ever I've seen it. But what about Whale? How did all the other gods come about? So, big thing in Pillars of Eternity. The gods are all false and were originally Ingwithans. They grew into their current roles through some sort of unknown method. But the point is that they are all... Oh, it's Pillars of Eternity 2. You're going to find out eventually if you're watching. It literally says it in the opening cutscene. Engwith was not the only empire. It was not even the first. It was just the most ruthless in its domination of the world. Aora has known other histories since the first gods crafted it. Histories wrought not in Adra and copper wire, but in the epic poetry of scent and song sung beyond kith hearing. Open your ears to whisper of the free places, and you will know the tale of the Ogre Queen and the Vithrak assemblage. Still your tongue, and you will taste the cook fires of a Zorp city that hides from the eye but extends to the horizon. Look, and you will see. Have you played Pillars yourself, Keegle? You own the original but haven't played. Hello, individual with numbers for names. How are you? I think I'll refer to you as XD. The initiates have been at it again, missing dangerous stimulants to stay alert during long shifts. This time I found them milking the essence of night terrors from the collection's guests, and so I had to tarry and watch the results for myself. The concoction backfired rather spectacularly and gave them all a good night's rest. They awoke reasonably efficient, though much disturbed. Okay, that's going to be useful for later. Animancy in the modern age, matter of ethical complexity. Glad to hear it. Welcome to the campgrounds. Tonight we're telling the story of Wal and his earthly corporeal form. There's a lot of questions here. Like what the hell this thing even is. It's got a lot of tentacles, I'll tell you that. Are you familiar with what Well is? He's the god of knowledge and mysteries. One of my favorite gods. True and accurate account of Ten's final stand. The inside cover of this text has a gilded stamp of authenticity from an organization claiming to record accurate historical records. When his forces rounded the bend, the defenders planted their feet in the stones of Evandur and braced themselves for his coming. His countrymen salivated with anticipation of the battle, but he only looked upon the shattered defenses with collected calm. They really expected 10 of you to stand against the dawn, he intoned, lighting his pipe and pocketing the tinder. I reckon you're going to have a hard time standing in our way. Plan is to march right on over your folk and stick anyone between with a pike. Nothing personal about it. So, here we go. Such were the last words of Saint Adair before the Godhammer bomb cauterized him from the world. Saint Adair? Not Widewin. Adair, you got some splaining to do.
Yeah? I got time.
Nah, he doesn't have any extra dialogue. That's interesting.
Right.
Not Widewin, though. That's important. Nothing is lost. The search for Ukaizo. Excerpted from Nothing is Lost, the collected journals of one Aora wave chaser. The Renga's men came to collect my portion of prize share this morning, and I had nothing to give them again. I made no money for the tribe, though I'm always in my little ferry boat, Grey Gull, carving through the waves. At night, I get no sleep. Waiataro asks me to conserve the lamp oil, to come to bed, but I cannot. Not until I find it. I know it's out there. The lost city of Ukaizo. On every chart and map of the Deadfire I've found, whether Huana, Valian, or Rawatayan, there's a gap. An empty space where so much of our history should be. Did it burn to ash and cinders in the cataclysm? Did it sink below the waves? Does Ngati clutch it to her breast at the bottom of the sea? Perhaps it's lost and wandering, like me. Unmoored, looking for a home it can't remember. But for which some insistent longing burns in its chest, an ember always smoldering, a little fire to push it on. Waiataro wants me to give up, but how can I? On mornings when the sky is so clear, I can hardly catch my breath for the beauty of it. I think I see it out there, shimmering in the brightening blue light. Is it a taunt or a beckoning? Would I be able to tell the difference? I ask the fisher folk when they return with their catch at sunset. Tibere, I say, did you see anything? Or you, Mabori? How about you, Puira? They avoid me now. Waiataro says they're busy, but I know they think I'm tide-sick and sun-addled. The way Puira's lips curl in disgust when I approach, the way Tibere's eyes seem to see right through me. I know. They won't have to suffer me much longer, because tomorrow I'm taking Grey Gull and sailing north. Someone has to chase the old tales. So I will. This logbook contains interview notes and statements surrounding unusual celestial activity. One page has been dog-eared and a passage enthusiastically underlined. Subject followed the descent of a falling star. In their testimony, they asserted that angry spirits patrolled the impact crater. Subject narrowly escaped and later complained of dizziness, loss of memory, and headaches. A resident animancer confirmed our suspicion that subject had lost a significant sum of essence in ragged pattern, almost as if it had been chewed away. Recommend permanent internment in one of the Kith habitats. A few words scribbled in the margins read, territorial, hungry, sacrificed by self or proxy. The lower half of the page shows an artist's rendering of a fallen star. So much hidden knowledge down here.
I see you there.
Hmm. Let's avoid him for now. Take a look-see around. Maybe we can't. Alright then, librarian.
Aye. Lava room beyond seek.
It is restricted. You're also in the midst of a death ray. I'm not exactly too worried about being polite right now. I really hope that they don't attack me when I go back up.
Don't push me, Amica.
Ah.
What can I do you for?
Probably best to save that one for something bigger.
Get threshed.
Hey.
Yes?
Alright. Gotcha. Ancient vampire priest. Steel spine soldier. Steel-clad construct. Flame naga marauder. Ah, the books. The books, they all contain them. Interesting. Which one is the biggest threat? That librarian very nearly died instantly, so I'm not too worried about him. What we can do, however, is this.
Something I can do?
Yeah.
Hey.
There's something you can do.
Of course. Missed.
Oh? Oh, come on. Get over here. I still don't know how the hell Empower works. Or what it really does. I just know that apparently it does good things.
Got it.
What can I do you for?
Well, for one thing, we got a priest that needs dying.
Love room beyond seek.
Eloth isn't gonna do shit against him. I don't know if the Steel Spine Soldier is any better. Immune to piercing weapons, so that's not great.
These uns are in for a walloping.
Alright, cool. That one's dead. Oh good, we got sickened and paralyzed in one case. I will take sickened. Does not appear to go away either. That's interesting. The wall of draining.
How may I help?
Okay, this vampire priest doesn't have very much armor, so I'm gonna focus on killing it. It's not currently casting a spell, so just attack it.
What do you need?
What can I do you for?
That is the question, isn't it? Ow. God, everything down here does so much damage. See, this is why I love Cleansing Flame.
Get threshed.
Everything casts it. It's great. It does huge amounts of damage, and it does it multiple times. Let that spell finish.
Sure.
I don't know what just happened, but something just imploded.
Something I can do?
Sure.
I'm on it.
Uh-huh.
Martyr's memories, lidless gaze.
Something I can do?
A good petrify. Oh geez. It just confused Aloth when. Oh, okay. I think when they die, they do something on death, but I don't know what it is. Aloth, are you just confused? Or, no, you've been dominated. Okay. Minor intercession, please.
Got it.
What can I do you for?
Huh. Dominating gaze lasts for 2 rounds. He's got his bonk staff, so that's gonna hurt. Considering I built him specifically to use it. However, if he keeps using up his spells like that, then this might be fine.
Yeah.
How much raw damage does this do? Decent chunk.
Yeah.
Trying to get away right now would be really nasty. Jyoti doesn't really have any good movement abilities, however we do still have one burn spell. Which... Oh, wait, no, don't do that. That's immune to fire. Hit the Flame Naga instead. Who's only resistant to fire instead. Bonk, bonk. Jyothi's got more than enough health to survive that. Just make sure.
Yeah.
See, why can't I have that much penetration? Okay.
That's not supposed to happen. Bleeding.
Ow. Jeez. Oops. I did not mean to do that. I skipped a turn. Can we put that one to sleep? We might be able to put that one to sleep. If that's the case, we cannot polymorph them, that's for damn sure. There we go.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah, that lack of penetration is going to be real bad on the steel-clad construct, unfortunately. But we'll see what we can do about it.
Yes?
It's immune to fire damage. Is it immune to cold or just resistant? It is not even resistant. That would do. That'll do nicely.
What can I do you for?
Okay.
What do you need?
Well, first of all, I need you to distract that thing.
Hi.
Okay, so now they're both paralyzed, which works in my favor.
This indignity
One
will
off.
not go unanswered.
Sure.
I really need to find a better way for her to heal. What is this? Spiritual ally summons an extraplanar ally loyal to the priest. Oh! This is from the Grimoire Slam. Sure, we can do that. That's free. Let's see. So Adair doesn't have any way to get through that armor, I don't think. Lowering the defenses penalty becomes more potent with metaphysics skill. Sure.
This thing isn't doing the job.
That's fine.
Something you need?
I just hope that it got the lowered defenses part in. Tain's chaotic orb.
What can I do you for?
This ought to do as long as the construct is more durable than I expected. Oh yeah, this'll do. Okay, Ella, go over here. Just use all the death rays on him. Oh, I actually get to control the spiritual ally. No pen. Fantastic. Perfect. Very good. Very happy with that. Shaya's War Staff. Though she vanished over a century ago, the arcane knight Shaya remains a cautionary tale in her native Edir. Sworn to a powerful noble house of the Empire, Shaya never abandoned a fascination of animancy harbored since her time in the Empire. Since her time in the Academy. She pursued her illicit interest patiently, slowly building a laboratory in her quarters at her Earl's estate. When he uncovered her activities, he promised not to report her as recompense for years of service, so long as she disposed of the illegal instruments. She agreed, clearing her room of every beaker and book. Unfortunately, she moved them into the rented basement of a shop in the nearby village, and was shortly exposed by a local priest of Wudica. When the Earl's leniency came to light, he suffered a profound forfeiture of wealth, in levied funds and an even greater loss of faith. Shaya fled the Empire, crossing the sea into the Deadfire. After a brief hiatus in Nekataka, she chartered the passage on a ship back west to the mainland of Ibet. The sloop never arrived at its destination, provoking many apocryphal tales and 2 popular stage plays of the horrific results of Shaya's experiments at sea. Concentration for 1 round on critical hit with a melee attack. This is a quarterstaff. Giving that to Aloth. %, hit to crit chance in melee for 1 round after casting a spell. Definitely giving that to Aloth. Chant that shit. Cool. Okay. Aloth was already using a staff, but it wasn't a very good one. So that's quite the improvement.
Huh? Will do.
An intricate device crafted from copper and adra sits before you, radiating a low hum. Gears click and weir beneath the device's skin. A sharp tone erupts from the device, and the lecterns around the room emanate a bright and sudden light.
Sure. On it.
They built an empire founded on compassion and were crushed for their audacity. They looked upon the world as it was, and were unsatisfied, so they remade it as they thought it should be. A hero of the people fell and rose a servant of the crown. Oh, that one was actually the whale, or Skane.
Will do.
Two took land, and soldiers from one. They both gave everything in return. Ah. Wow, I really fucked up. This one I'm certain is correct. Or maybe...
Not exactly my area of expertise.
One I haven't seen yet?
Ready to brawl?
Yes?
Huh, some Zora brood mothers. I'm not sure if red is incorrect or correct.
No mercy!
Uh-huh.
Let's see here. Low resistances, high resistance to frost. Frost spells aren't going to work very well. Fire, though. Fire's got some potential. I really need to get some lightning spells, but that's mostly Takehu's area.
You know you reek of that hagfish you carry. Dispose of it at once.
Here we go. I need something stronger.
Take him down.
One's dead.
And why is your ignorant farmer winking at me?
You know, just don't ask.
You want some trouble, Bozzo?
Yes?
Shadow Flame does frost damage. Fireball, lasers, lasers. Just more lasers, really.
Hey, that wasn't half bad.
What can I do you for?
Dead.
Mm-hmm. What can I do
Jesus,
you for? Happy
Jyoti.
to oblige.
Bart, where are you? There you are. Bart's underneath the chair, not the table.
What can I do? Uh-huh.
A lot of people have been set on fire by Jyoti. Noticing her fire everywhere. Well, she is a priest. Burn them at the stake, right? Okay, we don't have the book that we need. So we're going to look. And maybe we'll find. The central stacks. What about this door? Bart. No biting. No. Okay, what have we got? One librarian. Oh, possibly more. Many librarians. Okay, I'm going to assume that they're about to swarm us, so I'm just gonna pop into escape. No. Immune to engagement plus 50% plus 50 deflection for a round.
Happy to oblige.
Well, they're casting something. Is it a haymaker?
This cannot last, you know.
Lavru beyond seek.
No lidless gaze for now. What do we got? Oh, they're buffing themselves is what's going on. So we got 4 librarians and 1 enchanted armor. And I can only imagine that among these books is probably what we're looking for. I doubt they'll stay there long, but I'm gonna try anyway.
Aye.
Ring the bell. Nice. The paralysis was a unexpected bonus.
That order's too tall. Hey, that wasn't half bad.
Let's go.
Yeah, I didn't think that librarian would live through it. Unfortunately, that means that the enchanted armor isn't going to take full damage. but it's really easy to crowd control.
What can I do you for?
Yeah. Happy kitty. Also, holy crap, it's 10:36. I was supposed to end 30 minutes ago. I'm enjoying this. I hope everyone else is enjoying this. More fire, please.
I reap what I sow.
Yeah?
Here we go.
No more cleansing flames. I really like that spell. That spell's really good. Let's see here. Let that spell go off first before we move.
Set me loose on them.
Ugh. Well, Aloth didn't get hit by that. And we did unfortunately get silenced. Or actually, maybe not.
Aye.
Can we ring the bell? The more we interrupt them, the less they can do, because it does actually cause them to lose the spell.
Hey.
Whatever they were casting. Alright, armor's dead.
Get threshed.
Take him down.
Aye.
Something you need?
Cool.
Yeah. No can do. Yeah.
How may I help?
Let's hire it out!
Something I can do?
Yeah? Something you need? If I must.
On it.
Doesn't look like they actually had anything interesting on them. There might still be a book in the room. Ooh. A potion of attuned self. +8 to all defenses against bodily affliction attacks. +8 to all defenses against mind affliction attacks. This concoction focuses the body and mind, increasing defenses against numerous afflictions. That's pretty good. In the time before Kith invented time, or mathematics, or architecture, an insular tribe of goatherds dwelt in the bottom of the steep mountain valley. They made their homes in caves on sheer cliff sides, and when the sun set, they watched the stars wheel through the void of the night. In their watching, they developed a theory of the nature of things, and so began a quest to make it true. Hmm. Do your customs, a very good farmer. Every passage, or every page of this tome is filled with closely packed writing and illustrations. One passage reads, Saint Widewin pursed his lips and stared down at the glowering visage which peered at him between stalks of orlas. He gripped the wooden shaft of his scythe, slick with sweat from his palms, the hands of a working man, which he was. Then you're atheist, then, he said. That I am, said the god. Didn't you already know what I want? Said the farmer who was Widewin. That I do. Widewin unknotted the taut cord which restrained his ponytail and let the flowing locks cascade around his shoulders and rest over the shelf of his bosom. He winked and cleared his throat before winking again. I've got a candle hasn't been lit properly. Aethos moved closer, and the passage cuts off abruptly, and a series of jagged notes press deeply into the parchment. Aora's not ready for this.
I was chewing through Cadnua's foundation long before Aothas finished the job.
All right. And this should be the last one. The low buzz grows and deepens until the inside of your ears begin to itch. Then it abruptly ceases and you hear a click.
Ever wonder what happened to your old pets, Watcher?
Keeping quiet.
All right. Central stack. However, we're going to have to save that for next time as it is very late. It's 10:43. I should have stopped ages ago. I'm going to go ahead and save. And I want to thank everyone who's been watching. Thank you. That's not right. There we go. Thank you especially Kegel for the raid. And thank you to my Patreon supporters, 10 Ace Games, Zebgrin, Slime Hunter, Walks with Gorillas, my dad, Kremlin Kev, Desalona, Miss Mango Plays, NBFF, Alpha Mango, and Kawoke for continuing to support the stream. I'm going to see you guys all later, and I hope you all enjoyed this. Let's find someone to raid. Which I don't have many options right now because it's very late. So I'm going to go ahead and raid level 10. Who is doing Yakuza like a dragon.